case and Dr. Sujata. Good evening. And
Good evening, sir. Can you
good
hear
evening.
me, sir?
I can hear you. I can see you very well. It's all yours, madam. So go ahead and do it.
Sir, good evening to the panel, Dr. Viti Shah, and my good friend Raghu, and of course, Dr. Deepak Davidson, who taught us OCT. So, I am sure he's being there to interpret our OCT for us whenever we are not able to do it. So, good evening. I would like to present my case now, and I have my team, Dr. Anil with me, Dr. Rakesh, and I have my nurse Rama, technicians Lavanya and Ramakrishna. Come on, let's start. Next slide, please.
Dr.
So
Sujata,
I have
how
a
do you,
72-year-old lady. Can you
but
hear us, sir?
yeah, how do I make it a big screen? I mean, it's all coming in small screen. Your thing is coming. Can we make it a one screen where we can see you?
Sir, after the case presentation, we'll do that for you.
Okay, madam. Absolutely.
72-year-old lady, a diabetic, hypertensive. Her height is 152 centimeters, weight is 50 kg, body surface area, as you can see, she is 21.6 and she's frail. Her clinical presentation was NSTEMI, sinus rhythm with, she presented with acute pulmonary edema, which was needing non-invasive ventilation. Her biomarkers at admission were 111.6 and her BNP was 1050. Echo showed RWMA in LAD and PDA territories, and her ejection fraction was 0.35. And her creatinine, as you can see, is 1.1. But when we calculated the creatinine clearance, it is 36 ml per minute. Her hemoglobin was initially 11, and post recent hemoglobin is 9.3. Can you go to the next slide? Next slide, please. So we had a heart team discussion. As you can see, she has a very high risk patient, a frail lady with an STS score with a mortality of 4.7% and a Euro score 2 of 6%. Next slide. So this is the ECG. ECG looks very, very unremarkable except for some mild STT changes. Next slide. So this is a angiogram. And as you can see that there is an occlusion in the mid LAD. The ostium of the LAD does not look very healthy. There is a circumflex lesion which is very critical. And just above the lesion, there is calcification. There is a hint of a plaque in the left main. So this is the left system. Can I go to the next slide? So you can see that she has triple vessel disease, and this is the RCA, and the RCA was occluded. So basically, in view of her frailty, her creatinine clearance, and her high mortality, we decided to do a PCI. So the first thing we thought was we would do the RCA PCI. We thought that this would give us some support when we are doing the left system. So when I did the RCA PCI, though it was looking very promising in the picture before, next slide. My RCA PCI I completed with 2 stents, and you can see that there is a very distal diffuse disease. So after completing the RCA PCI, now I am on my left system. So can I show the next, sir? So this is the clinical presentation. So I finished the RCA PCI and now I want to do the left system. So any suggestions from the panel as to how to proceed, and then I'll tell you what I did.
We could see it in a very small screen. If I can see those films on a bigger screen because it's barely visible in the small corner over there. So can they make it a full
Show the
screen?
angiogram. Sir, I'll show the angiogram, but that's not visible. It can be.
Can you
Anand,
slide?
go to
Sir,
your views.
I'll project
Views,
what I did
Anand, go
today.
to the views and increase the screen size.
Sir, what I do is
We
I'll
can
start
see.
this today's presentation. You showed today's.
Yeah, I
So
got it.
now,
I got it.
is it
Yeah,
clear to you, sir?
Yes, I got it. I got it. Okay.
Yeah. So you got it. So,
Next
madam,
slide.
basically
Back.
you have a very complex case, I would say, with ACS recent, biomarkers high bleeding risk score with
Dr. VT, we can't hear you. Dr. VT, we can't hear you. Dr. Vitisha, we can't hear you.
LV function and the type of anatomy we are dealing with. So as far as the coronary of the left is considered, I think there is some distal left main disease also. Of course, the LAD also osteoproximal looks diseased, and right, the circ also has a lesion, but basically I think you would first concentrate on this. So as soon as you pass your wire, do some pre-dilatation, and then do after nitro and nicorandils and everything, a good OCT run to show us where is the lesion, how much is the lesion, how much calcification, because on angio also we see some moderate calcification over there. What is the distal left main disease you have, and what kind of strategy we would like to undergo. So for the present, I think this is what you are not using any mechanical support, but I
No, sir.
think yeah, I saw that you are not using, and you finished the ride just now, right?
No, sir. I did that about 10 days back, sir.
Okay, so that was a
So I
stage procedure.
I finished
That
at
was
10 and I staged this procedure because of the high risk involved. So
very
now,
good, very good. So that
can
was
I
a
show
wise
what we
decision
did,
in
sir?
absence of, yeah, in absence of MCS. That's a very wise decision. Patient is stable now, and you have checked the right coronary now after 10 days before you started the LAD or the left system, and confirm that things are okay. So definitely it will support the left system PCI. So
Sir,
let's see what you have done.
I have two quick comments before we go because we are short of time. There is visible calcification and the LED is subtotal occluded with the almost like a TB1 flow. So I think the root of the cause out here is first I would like to go and fix the LED first, establish a good flow over there, because the problem is you need to come almost in the left main if you want to treat this LED, because the disease starts right in the ostium and there's a plaque in the distal left main. And circ ostium seems to be quite reasonable. So my target vessel right now would be LAD. First, I would do the LAD and then see how the things go, because that is the area where the flow is low. So these are my opening comments. So Dr. Sujata, you can continue to tell us what.
sir, what we did was, what we thought was we would do the circumflex first, because if I'm stenting across the left main to the LAD, which might be a distinct possibility, then I would have difficulty in accessing the circumflex. And to keep it simple, I did the circumflex first. I'll show you what I did till now. I passed an FFR wire, FFR wire, just to check the circumflex. So I checked the circumflex. So this is the RFR, sir. This is 0.77. So I think nobody has any doubt that it is a significant RFR. So then I went and pre-dilated the circumflex with a 2. And then I did a run in the OCT run in the circumflex, because I was worried about the calcification proximally, as you had noted. Krishna, can you show the OCT run in the circumflex?
Our RFR wire system also should be there.
This is the thing. Next slide. Next picture. Next picture. Okay. So we wired it, we pre-dilated. Now Krishna will show the OCT. So distally, we noted that there is a good landing zone. There are some dissections which are created by our balloon. And you can see that there is a significant plaque burden. There's not much calcification here. And now you can see that the calcification starts. And there is significant calcification, but the lumen area is around 4.8. So proximally, there is significant deep calcification with scores reaching 3. But what we have noted is the valve area is around, the luminal area is around 4.8. So we decided to not do any other calcium modification strategy because the lumen proximally is quite good. So we decided to take a 2.75 stent, and we took a depending upon the length which Krishna has showed me on the OCT, I had taken from the landing zone is good between 10 and 20 as you had seen, and we had taken a 33 millimeter stent. So we had taken a 2.7533, though the distally lumen to lumen is around, the EL to EL was 2.62. So we took the liberty of 2.75 stent, and we did a post dilatation with a 2.75. This is our 2.75 stent. We post dilated it with high pressures proximally and mid distally. And so the thing what which we did was, we did an interesting thing, because to avoid contrast, as you would have noted that the creatinine clearance is around 36. I wanted to avoid as much contrast as possible. So I did a post PCI RFR, and the post PCI RFR I'll show you. So the post PCI RFR is 0.98. So according to the defined PCI study, I am very well above a good angiographic result. So at this stage, I decided not to do the OCT at this point to this vessel, and then I proceeded to the LAD. LAD I crossed relatively easily with a whisper wire, and then I dilated with, you can see that I dilated with a tube balloon. Next slide.
Dr. Sujata, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
See, my only point is, when you have a TIMI 0 to TIMI 1 flow, I mean, why do you touch a vessel which is showing a TIMI 3 flow without any problems, without any regional wall motion? It's like you have an infarct vessel and you are doing a non-infarct vessel.
Sir,
So,
yes.
isn't it
That's a very relevant question,
isn't
sir.
it logic? Because
But yes.
your ostium of the circumflex is very widely well open. Even if you could stent across the left main to LAD, the sir couldn't compromise at all. I would rather open the LAD, wait for
Yes,
few
sir.
days or few weeks, come back again and do a surgery. Because if you had got in trouble while doing the circumflex angioplasty, if you had some dissection, no flow, slow flow,
Yes, sir.
you would
Sir,
have produced the infarct of the vessel.
I take the point very well, sir. Yes, that's a good way of doing things. But what I would like to tell you what was going on in my mind, I thought I'll do the circumflex angioplasty quickly, and then I'll do the LAD. I was fairly confident of crossing the LAD, and I was planning to do a stent, and looking at the LAD ostium, I felt that it was a diseased ostium, and I felt that it will need a stent from left main to LAD, and then passing another stent through the left main struts into the LCX would be more problematic. So that is the reason why I chose this strategy. Maybe I don't know if anybody else would agree with me with this this type of approach.
Dr. Vitisha, what would be your approach?
Madam, partly in your favor were two things possibly. One, this is a stage procedure after 10 days almost of
Yes, sir.
ACS. Okay,
Yes,
and
sir.
you have opened the RCA. That is why I asked you initially whether you have checked the RCA shoot. One, not only to see the patency, but to show the collaterals to the LAD.
Okay, sir.
You have got away with circumflex very nicely because of two things possibly. One is your stage procedure, and second is your collaterals from RCA to LAD.
Okay, sir.
And therefore, and the third thing is that you did a clean procedure of circumflex without any hiccups. So we have gone through. So I think fine, and point taken very well of Dr. Anand Rao. If this would have been an ACS situation within 24 hours of
Yes, sir. I would have done the
your event for LAD first, you forget, and going through stent into circumflex is not a big deal as on today.
yes, sir.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
you see,
Point is totally taken, sir. If I would have done this procedure at the index and STEMI, I really would have done the LAD first rather than sticking
even
to
now,
this
of course,
approach.
even now, actually, what Dr. Anand Rao said could have been done. That would have been possibly a much more safer thing. And but that anyway, at this point of time, you have done it. It's well taken up. And as I said, these are the points which have been
Learning
possibly gone
value.
in your favor. So now you tell us after this opening up, you see only one lesion over there. The flow is still TB2.
Sir, I'll now show the OCT run in the LED to the left main, and then you have to guide me through what I have to do because I have significant issues here. So full picture, full screen. Yes, sir. So between 10 and 20, you can see the trilaminar structure. You can see that you can see the EL to EL diameter of 2.6. So my LED distally is very small. I have to, even if I do a quarter size down, it is 2.5. But as I come proximally, this is some dissections induced by the balloon. There is a fibrofatty plaque, some thrombus component. Then you can see some calcification. It's a mixed plaque. Then as we come proximally, you can see that the ostium of the LED is diseased. You can see that ostium is diseased.
Yes.
And there is, I thought that there is no way that I could, there is no landing zone there for me to put a stent. And you can see that there is a significant lipidic plaque there. And then the circumflex, as I enter the left main looks roomy. It's, though there is plaque in the left main, you can see the diameters. These are in the mid left main. And as I go proximally into the left main, I can see, you can see the values about 8. And so now we are left, I'll show you the picture which we took after the thing. We wired the diagonal. Can you show the angiographic picture, the final picture after what we did? So now we are stuck at this point, minus.
So you have an issue here that the LED ostium looks diseased with a area of less than 3 square millimeter. It was
Yes,
2.6 as I saw, and the
Ah.
distal left main is more than 6 square millimeter. So
Yes, sir.
in essence, this will become a sort of a 0-1-0, and always the perennial question of whether to cross over in an LED ostial lesion or not will be your question or
Yes, sir.
whatever thought you
And
must have.
the other question I have is that there are, as you can see, the significant size discrepancy. So you can see my LED down is just 2.5, and I can't put a 2.5 long stent across into the, if I'm doing a crossover. And do I have to put 2 stents, 2.75, 23? That's what we were toying with, above the diagonal to down. We take a 2.75, 23, and then we put a 3.5 right up to the ostium of the left main across the crossover. So that is going on in our mind, and we thought we could have some inputs from you.
What
No,
about diagonal? Are you planning to treat the diagonal too?
No, sir, I'm not planning. I wired it, sir. I plan to do a pot for it.
Mm-hmm. So I
I'm
think,
try to keep it provisional, sir. Both the circumflex and the diagonal, I plan to keep it provisional.
so
Yeah,
I think
absolutely. I think that's a good strategy. What you can do is, according to the distal diameter, like 2.5, as you said here, but you can go right up above the diagonal, then do a crossover with 3.5, and then do a pot in the left main, and then do a pot in the diagonal. Keep everything provisional. You will be able to get away with. My only question is whether you want to cover the left main ostium. I'm not sure how much is the length available to do pot in the left main stem. So it will all depend upon whether you want to go up to the ostium or leave it at the shaft somewhere. Because from this view,
I
we
want
cannot
to go
make
up
out
to
how
the
much.
ostium, sir.
correct.
Okay,
I
fine,
want to go up to
whatever
the
you are
ostium.
comfortable with, but see that the ostium of the left main is not funnel shape. Otherwise, it will not match. I mean, OCT will not be able to show you the ostium.
Can you post the OCT pictures?
Yeah, go to whatever left main proximal you have and see what is the mismatch also, and If you
Sir,
can go on
are you okay with a 2.75 stent, because the EL to EL area I got distally is just 2.5, 2.62.
So your EL to EL was 2.6. So I would say, see, 2.5 and 2.75 stent is the same. So better go to 2.5 and then you can go to 14 atmospheres or 10 atmospheres depending. Later on we can post dilate. There is no harm. 2.75 NC as it is we are going to take later on for post
Okay, okay.
dilatation.
So I'll you want me to
Yeah,
put a 2.5 stent down and a 3.5 stent above.
Yeah, now, but now for that sake, I would just like to see now at this point from here to the bifurcation, how much is the distance? Is
Can
hardly
you,
5, 6.
Krishna, can you measure that?
Yeah, so how much is that?
8.6, sir.
Yeah, so if you, why I'm saying is you are using OCT as your imaging. With OCT, it is very difficult to judge the left main ostium. If you are using IVUS, I would have said you want to go ahead with ostium or not. You could have taken IVUS pre-pictures. Now you'll have to depend upon the angiographic picture to see whether this is a funnel-shaped left main or this is a tubular left main. If it is tubular, same size stent would go ahead. But if it is funnel shape and proximally 5.5 here, because one diameter is showing 4.4.
Yes, sir.
So I would say if you can get away with 8 millimeter in the left main, that would be fine.
Yes, sir. I have a 4.8 or a 4.58 to do a pot. And
Yes.
then I would, according to your suggestion, I'll go with a 2.523 down.
And just go above the ostium, above the diagonal and see the dimension there so that that 2.5 where it should land. Since
Yes, sir.
you're going to overlap, there is no question of 8 millimeter balloon over that segment.
I didn't get you, sir.
See, normally when you are doing LED diagonal without involving the left main, you would see that the pot size 8 millimeter balloon fits into that proximal segment of your LED.
Yeah.
But here, since you are stenting from left main to LED, you are not going to measure that 8 millimeter.
Yes, sir. I'm not worried about
Yeah,
that.
so that's what
So
I'm
what
saying.
I'll do is I'll take a 2.5, cross, put the stent across the diagonal. Then I'll take a 3.5. Mostly I'll try to stent to the ostium, maybe an 18 or a 23 again. And then I would,
So I would like to say, please measure the osteoproximal LED above the diagonal. What is the size? So don't take that 2.5 up to the ostium if that is 3.5 or 4.
okay. So you want me to take the 2.75
Let
too?
the OCT guy tell you what is the diameter above the diagonal.
Above the diagonal, measure the OCT.
I mean, how can you measure it? It's all diseased.
Yeah.
No, but
Yes,
see,
sir.
there is one disease-free segment just above the diagonal. It looks to be dilated. There is some.
Yeah, yes, sir. It's only that you can make lumen-based measurements, which we know are not as good as the
Yeah,
EL
but
to
at least
EL.
you get an idea. So this is.
Sujata, what is the proximal reference diameter LM you are trying to achieve?
I'm trying to achieve a 4.2, sir.
So you can have a 2.5 stent giant expedition to go up to 4.1 or 4.2.
No.
Yeah, 2.5, 2.75, 3 are same.
No, yeah.
All three stents are same.
So what you're trying to tell me is you're
right.
trying to tell me to take a 2.75 stent across into the left main.
Yeah, you can make it to 4.1.
I can go up to 4.4 also, sir. But I don't
Yeah.
have an expedition with me right now. I have a Zions Prime, I think.
Any giants would go. All multinational company stents would go to 4.1. I
So
think.
then why don't I take a 2.75, sir, and then go up across the left main?
I mean, what I mean is 2.75, 2.53 giant stents are same. The balloons are different.
Yes, sir. So you want me to put a single stent, 2.75
Yeah,
across?
I'm saying you to consider it.
Yes, sir. I'm okay with it actually. That would make my job very
No,
easy.
I would not advise you. You see, when you expand a 3 millimeter stent to 4.5, you are changing all the dynamics of that stent. This is not Zeiss Sierra or Zeiss Alpine or something. You are using Zeiss Prime. So I would not advise that. There is no harm in taking 2 stents. What's the problem? I think even if this is a scheme patient, 2 stents are allowed.
No, sir. So okay, I'll to avoid the further
problem with
controversy.
stent expansion is you will change the architecture of the stent and the expansion limits, the polymer, the drug. If there is malapposition, even if you do with a 4.5 balloon, it will again
We'll
recoil and
dilate with
come
the
back to
3
the
and
same. So there are many issues. I think we had a lecture on that already. That
Okay, sir, I'm
overexpansion is
taking
not good.
Dr. VT Shah, according to your advice, I'm taking a 2.7523 and I'm parking it above the diagonal. And then I'll be taking a 3.5 stent across the left main and I'll be overlapping.
Very
Is that
good.
okay
Very
with
good.
you,
I
sir?
think, yeah, that's a perfect decision, especially when we are doing
So
such
let
complex.
Sujata do it and we'll go to the other lab.
Okay, sir. We'll
Yeah.
get back to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, madam. I think great case, very complex chip case you have selected for your demonstration. I think you're doing a great job, and we would
Thank you,
like
sir.
to see the end result with OCT
Yes,
run.
sir. Yes, sir.